All right, I guess we can go ahead and start talking about some topics here, Rhodes.
Let's rock.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Why don't we just roll with the main topic here?
Yeah.
Let's start off talking politics here. Joe Biden, Beijing Biden, announced that he was actually running for president again. However, the DNC is not going to hold any debates. I find that interesting because you got declared candidates already. Marianne Williamson, you have a RFK Jr. Man, that guy he's polling pretty good. Last time I checked, he went from 14 to 20%.
I was going to say for a guy to show up day one that he announced, showed up at 14%.
14%.
Day one. Out of nowhere. Just, I'm running. Boom, 14%.
Yeah.
And then the 20, I'm going to tell you right now, Biden is nervous about that dude. He's nervous about that.
Yeah, the DNC is worried about it. I mean, and Bobby Kennedy Jr., he's not woke. He said that men should not be in women's sports. He's more of your more classical liberal type.
He said we shouldn't be in the Ukraine.
Yep, he's resonating with Democrats.
That tells you believe it or not, there are some classic liberals still in existence.
Few and far between. I mean,
yeah.
But the DNC they don't like him at all.
No,
they do not like him.
He's not got, and he come out. He hammered the vax. He hammered the mandates. He's hammered the lockdowns. All of that shit. He is blasted, and so I wonder he probably sat back and went, there's a lane for me out here somewhere.
Yeah.
In all this, I'm going to be interested to see. It sucks we're going to get denied a debate because I think he would have
that sounds
obliterated Joe Biden in a debate.
That sounds very, very Stalinist, Maoist, if you ask me, to not have a debate. They want to protect Joe Biden because they can control Joe Biden. And RFK Jr., they can't control him.
Oh, no, he's a wild card.
He's not establishment.
He's a wild card. You've got Bernie Sanders out there. I saw today.
You saw what Bernie said?
Talking up Biden and his age is fine. He said
he thinks Biden can win in a landslide.
I saw that. I was like,
what?
Where have you been exactly?
Yeah, no way he's winning in a landslide. But we're going to be talking about Charlamagne the God here. Now, Charlamagne the God, you remember back in 2020, Joe Biden was on his show, The Breakfast Club, and he told black people, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He told that to Charlamagne. And guess what Charlamagne went and did? He still cast his vote for Joe Biden, even though he said, "Oh, I ain't voting for Joe Biden, I'm voting for Kamala." Like, if you do that, you vote for Joe Biden. It doesn't make any sense.
That ain't how that works.
Now he's out here, he's blasting the DNC for not having primaries. But you know what? He still isn't going to learn his lesson. If Joe Biden is on the Democrat ticket, guess what? He's going to vote for Joe Biden. I mean, some of these people just program like that. Look at this. Charlamagne claims it's whack that the DNC might not allow primary challengers to Biden. Let's have a effing debate or discussion, I should say. I got the clip here. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Okay, let's roll this here.
Biden running again?
Joe Biden, man, Biden. Listen, when you start your video off saying whatever, you put out your statement and it says, "Fucking, you're in condition to run."
Get out of here, bro. Democrats are goofies, bro. Look how goofy y'all are. Y'all really judge Trump and people who like Trump when you got this motherfucker running again?
What did he say?
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Personal freedom is fundamental to who we are as Americans. There's nothing more important, nothing more sacred. That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy.
Americans in shambles. I don't give a fuck what he said.
To protect our rights, to make sure that everyone in this country is treated equally and that everyone is given a fair shot.
I'm not listening to 3 minutes of this shit, yo. The world is in shambles.
Aren't you embarrassed to be a Democrat?
America is in shambles. I'm not a Democrat.
So, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
I'm not a Republican either.
Yeah, boy.
I'm nothing.
Yeah, I'm not saying you got to be a Republican.
I'm just out here.
What about you, Chris? You like Biden? You voting for Biden again?
I think we could use a fresh new person on the
That's
seat.
why it's whack that the DNC won't let nobody They won't do no primaries next year, man. Do a fucking primary debate.
They pussy.
Put Joe Biden up on that stage with Bobby Kennedy, who's challenging him, and Marianne Williamson, and whoever steps up to the plate, and let's have a fucking discussion, yo.
Yeah. So
okay, so let me ask you a question. Where were these comments? What video were they on? YouTube or what? That he made these comments. In other words, this wasn't an episode of the Breakfast Club. That he
I don't think this was an episode of the Breakfast Club. But him coming out, I mean, he's right about them. They should absolutely have a debate. He's right about that.
I hate to break it to Charlamagne, but this is how it starts, homie. You come out and all of a sudden you're starting to randomly question some things. Next thing you know, somebody said, well, you're a Democrat. Well, oh, wait, no, I'm not. It's like, wait a minute. No, you were. You were. So now you're not. Well, I'm not a Republican either. Oh, so you're an independent. So let me get this straight. Now you're taking the same track as Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan took the same track. Democrat. Well, now I'm kind of a moderate. In fact, DeSantis kind of, I like that cat. If Biden runs again, I'm voting for Trump. That's where Joe Rogan ended up.
Yeah, it took Rogan a while.
Well,
it took him a while to come around.
I think it's taken some of these folks a while because, and I'm going to keep it real. I mean, I know I got a lot of black friends, and in the black community, I'm going to tell you, you don't admit to being a voting Republican. And to be honest, you don't. It's not something you really admit to.
Yeah.
Because you'll get your own family will slam your ass.
Yeah,
for voting Republican.
And here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. The media is saying that I mean, Joe Biden's approval rating with black people is down, but it's still shockingly high. Joe Biden's approval rating, it hit a new low. I believe they said it's like 40%. Now, depending on, which poll you look at.
Right.
But for some reason, man, still a vast majority of black people think Joe Biden's doing a good job. I just don't understand that. I don't understand that. When you walk into your grocery store and you saw those prices, when you saw those gas prices, one gas station in California is like $10. That was last year. How in the hell can his support of black people still be like in a 70%? I just don't understand that.
I think in large part there's a disconnect between black men and black women. Black women love Democrats.
Yeah, black men are much more likely. Actually, Greg Abbott got 22% of black men to vote for him, that's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, it really is. It's black women 96% Democrat. I mean, it's just strange. I don't know if it's the influence of Joy Reid or, some of the political pundits that's out there that keeps talking up the Democratic Party. But it seems like black women just don't want to hear it. They don't want to. They're not open to even the idea of voting it independent, Yeah. It seems. I don't know if I've heard it's because of, and it's this way in some Republican households too. You vote based on where the family has voted forever, and it's sort of passed down, And I don't know if it's. I mean, I will say this: I'm
gonna tell you.
If you're a Republican here and you randomly I'm voting for Biden, it's certainly going to turn heads too. I don't want to act like it's not.
Let me tell you this, man. Being a black person, this is what every black person is told. Democrats are for black people. That's what you always hear. But yet, You've been voting Democrat for like what, the last 60 plus years. You've been living in cities run by Democrats for 100 years. And you're still complaining, but you think that a Democrat is going to save you. Newsflash, and I'm going to be honest here. And the New York Times actually ran an article on this or something like that. They were saying like Joe Biden can finish the job for black people. Newsflash, Joe Biden's been around for 50 years. What has he ever done for black people?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
In fact, he's done things that set him back.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's another thing, man. There is no Democrat or Republican that's going to save you. You need to go out there and do for yourself. You should not depend on any politician to make things better for you. Obviously, that's not really, technically, if you want things to start getting better for yourself, it starts in the home. Take control of your home. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. I look, it goes back. I remember a video where a woman was standing, I think, on top of a car, and she was mad. She was screaming, "I voted for Obama and I ain't got my check yet."
What check?
And I'm like, she was mad that she had voted and a black person had made it in office, and because she was black, she thought she should get a check. Just get a check.
A check for what? What do you need a check for?
Quit voting thinking you should get some free shit. How about that? Get out there and do for yourself, you know? And that goes across any ethnicity, any racial spectrum. You don't deserve shit. Nobody does. You don't deserve shit. You got to work for it. You do. There's got to be a mindset change among some people. And, you know, there's places. Well, look, Chicago's a great example. Chicago has been Democrat and has been shitting on black people for as long as I can remember. I mean, they have so much black death up there by the hands of blacks, and their own political party refuses to call it out and make it obvious. They refuse to call it out, make it obvious.
And black people went out there and voted for the radical Brandon Johnson.
Voted her out, voted a guy in that potentially could be much worse.
No, he's going to be much worse. Trust me. Look at the riots down there in Chicago. What do you say? Oh, let's not blame the kids down there. They just don't have nothing to do. What? Really? He actually went there and said that. I mean,
I will say this, whether he should or not, Charlamagne does have a lot of influence, particularly over the black community.
I gotta tell you this: black people don't listen to Charlamagne.
Don't listen to
the
Breakfast Club.
But I should say,
oh, they do.
No,
yeah.
No. I was saying, don't listen to Charlamagne. The man trashed Joe Biden in the 2020 election. What did he still do? He went out there and voted for Joe Biden. He's complaining about Joe Biden for the past 2 years. And guess what? If Joe Biden's on that ticket, guess what? He's going to go and vote for Joe Biden. 1,000%.
Charlamagne, if you really want to have a true voice and be a man, stand up on your own 2 feet, break away from that plantation, show some balls, and go out there and vote for Donald Trump. Make a statement. Vote for Donald Trump. Then,
or at the least bit, obviously he's not a Trump guy. He's not a Biden guy. Go out there and announce who is the best candidate for you right now.
It could be Robert Kennedy. If it's Robert Kennedy Jr., fine.
Just go and admit it. I mean, I watched Charlamagne trash Joe Biden for the past 2 years. If he goes out there and votes for Joe Biden in 2024, man,
you're full of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Charlamagne, you're full of shit.
Yeah. That's a major problem.